Edmonton Oilers versus Ottawa Senators. The Edmonton Oilers visit the Ottawa Senators in a matchup between two teams desperate to steady their footing early in the 2025-26 NHL season. Edmonton enters at 2-3-1, sitting fifth in the Pacific Division, while Ottawa stands at 2-4-0, positioned seventh in the Atlantic. Both teams have flashed offensive potential, but remain inconsistent defensively. For the Oilers, this game represents a chance to halt a three-game losing skid and regain confidence behind their stars. Ottawa, meanwhile, looks to build on a solid home record and capitalize on Edmonton's road struggles in what could be a pivotal momentum game for both clubs. The goaltending matchup will be a key storyline. Edmonton's Stuart Skinner, 1-2-1, 2.23 GAA, 910%, has been steady, providing the Oilers with a chance to win most nights, despite limited goal support. Backup Calvin Pickard, 1-1-0, 2.54 GAA, 0.865%, has been serviceable but inconsistent. On the other side, Ottawa's Linus Ullmark, 2-3-0, 3.99 goals against average, 0.848 save percentage, has struggled to find rhythm behind a porous defense, allowing 5 goals per game. Young netminder Leevi Meriläinen, 0-1-0, 7.23 GAA, 0.731%, remains a developing option, making Ullmark the likely starter. The edge leans slightly towards Skinner, whose composure and rebound control could tilt the game if Edmonton's offense sputters again. Offensively, the Oilers still rely heavily on their superstars. Connor McDavid leads the team with 7 points, 0 goals, 7 assists, in 7 games, showcasing elite playmaking but limited goal scoring so far. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has carried the finishing load with 4 goals and 14 shots, providing balance on the second line. Edmonton averages just 2.50 goals per game, a concerning mark for a team built on offensive firepower. Their power play has been inefficient at 17.6%, well below their historical standards. Ottawa, by contrast, has found more consistency in their attack. Shane Pinto has emerged as the Senators' early season standout, posting 7 goals and 1 assist in 6 games while leading the team in points and goals. Jake Sanderson has chipped in 4 assists from the blue line, while Ottawa's power play, 25%, has been a bright spot despite defensive lapses. Both teams' recent form highlights their instability. Edmonton's last 5 games include losses to Detroit, 4-2, New Jersey, 5-3, and the Islanders, 4-2, before being blanked by the Rangers, 2-0, and earning an earlier 3-1 win over Vancouver. Their inability to close tight games has cost them valuable standings points. Ottawa, meanwhile, dropped a 5-4 heartbreaker to the Islanders and a 6-2 blowout to Florida, but split earlier matchups with Seattle, 4-3 SO win, Buffalo, 8-4 loss, and Nashville, 4-1 win. The Senators have proven they can score in bunches but struggle mightily to protect leads. Injury reports also loom large. Edmonton remains short-handed with Kasperi Kapanen, day-to-day, Alec Regula, IR, and Matthias Janmark, IR, sidelined through October 21st, while Zach Hyman, IRLT, won't return until November 1st. Ottawa will again be without captain Brady Tkachuk, IR, expected back December 13th, depriving them of their physical edge and top-line production. Both benches will rely heavily on depth scoring and special teams execution to make up for these absences. In the standings, Edmonton sits 5 points behind Vegas, making this game critical, while Ottawa trails division leaders Detroit and Montreal by 6 points, needing stability early in the season. X factors include McDavid exploiting Ottawa's 60.9% penalty kill, Ullmark responding after a shaky start, and Edmonton's special teams discipline. Ottawa's high penalty minutes, 64 per game, are risky. but strong chemistry from Pinto and Sanderson could expose Edmonton's 2.83 goals against average defense. Prediction: expect a close, offense-heavy game. Edmonton's talent and defensive structure should prevail, but Ottawa's home ice keeps it tight. Projected final: Oilers 4, Senators 3. Edmonton's Stars are poised for a breakout, with Skinner's steadiness giving them a slight edge in a game that could jumpstart their season. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Edmonton Oilers winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Vancouver Canucks versus Pittsburgh Penguins. A pair of early-season contenders face off in a high-stakes interconference clash as the Vancouver Canucks, 4-2-0, visit the Pittsburgh Penguins, 4-2-0, at PPG Paints Arena on Saturday. Both teams sit tied with 8 points, each trailing their respective division leaders by narrow margins. Vancouver currently holds second place in the Pacific Division behind undefeated Vegas, while Pittsburgh sits tied for second in the tight Metropolitan Division, just 2 points behind Carolina. With both squads boasting offensive firepower and solid goaltending, this matchup promises intensity and implications for early season momentum. The storyline entering this matchup is defined by contrasting dynamics. The Canucks are thriving on the road with a 3-1-0 record away from home, while the Penguins look to extend their home ice advantage, coming in at 1-1-0 at PPG Paints Arena. Both rosters are dealing with injury challenges, yet continue to find ways to win games. This tilt could swing on the performances of veteran leaders like Evgeny Malkin or the emerging impact of players like Kiefer Sherwood and Justin Brazeau. Goaltending will be under the spotlight with Vancouver's Thatcher Demko expected to start. Demko has quietly been one of the NHL's more efficient netminders early on, posting a 3-1-0 record with a 2.28 goals against average and a .922 save percentage. His calm demeanor and high save volume, 31.0 SA per G for the Canucks, will be crucial against a Penguins team averaging 3.00 goals per game. Backup Kevin Lankinen has also been steady, going 1-0-0 with a .912 SV percent. On the other side, Pittsburgh counters with Tristan Jarry, who's off to a solid start. 2-1-0, 2.35 goals against average, 922 save percentage. Jarry's poise under pressure will be key, especially with the Canucks generating 25.3 shots per game and showing a growing ability to capitalize on the power play, operating at 20.0%. Offensively, both teams rely on top-heavy production. Vancouver leans on Connor Garland, 6 points, and Kiefer Sherwood, 4 goals on 11 shots, while Pittsburgh depends on Evgeny Malkin, 9 points, and Justin Brazeau, 4 goals, 12 shots. Malkin's chemistry with Brazeau creates matchup problems, and Vancouver's second pairing will need to respond. Recent trends favor Vancouver, winners of 3 straight, outscoring opponents 12-8, including road wins over Washington, 4-3, and Chicago, 3-2-0. Pittsburgh has been inconsistent, winning against San Jose, 3-0, and LA, 4-2, but losing 2 of their last 5, including 6-1 to the Rangers. Vancouver's forecheck may test Pittsburgh defensively. In the standings, Vancouver sits 4 points behind Vegas with a game in hand, while Pittsburgh remains in a tight Metropolitan Division race where every point matters, giving this matchup early playoff implications. Injuries loom large. Vancouver is missing Teddy Bluger, Philip Chytil, and Jonathan Lekkerimäki, with Brock Boeser day-to-day. Pittsburgh has 5 players out, including Bill Zonin, Jack St. Ivany, and Rutger McGroarty, while Tanner Howe and Kevin Hayes face long-term absences. Depth scoring and bottom 6 contributions could decide the game if top lines neutralize each other. X factors include special teams with similar penalty kills, Van 78.3%, Pitt 78.9%, and a slight edge to Pittsburgh on the power play, 21.4% versus 20.0%. Vancouver's 57 penalty minutes versus Pittsburgh's 40 is a concern. Shot generation also matters. Pittsburgh averages more shots, 26.0, and allows fewer, 29.5, while Vancouver is more aggressive but defensively vulnerable. Prediction: Vancouver's veteran depth and strong goaltending give them the edge in a tight battle. If Demko holds early and the Canucks capitalize on special teams, they should win 3-2. Garland and Sherwood continue to shine, while Malkin and Brazeau provide resistance. An overtime scenario remains possible if Pittsburgh's secondary scoring clicks. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Vancouver Canucks winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Florida Panthers versus Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins and Florida Panthers meet in an early season Atlantic Division clash that promises intensity despite both clubs still searching for rhythm. Each team enters at 3-4-0, tied with 6 points in the standings and looking to keep pace with red-hot Detroit and Montreal, both off to 5-1-0 starts. For Boston, a return home to TD Garden after a rocky road stretch could be the spark needed to regain defensive structure and discipline. Florida, meanwhile, faces the challenge of finding consistency on the road. Winless away from Sunrise at 0-4-0 and trying to overcome mounting injuries to key stars. This matchup pits Boston's veteran leadership and elite finishing, led by David Pastrnak, against a Florida squad battling adversity with depth and resilience. Goaltending remains a critical storyline heading into this contest. Boston's crease appears more stable, with Jeremy Swayman earning a 2-2-0 record, a 2.76 goals against average, and a solid .917 save percentage. His calm positioning and rebound control have been bright spots even through the team's 3-game skid. Behind him, Joonas Korpisalo's 3.36 GAA and .865 save percentage leave room for improvement. Florida's net-minding tandem has been steadier statistically. Sergei Bobrovsky carries a 2.02 GAA and .917 SV%, despite limited goal support, while Daniil Tarasov has struggled, posting a .887 save percentage and winless start. The goaltender who finds rhythm early could define this matchup, as both clubs have shown streaky scoring tendencies. Offensively, Boston holds the upper hand. David Pastrnak is once again driving the Bruins' attack, pacing the team with 8 points, 4 goals, 4 assists, including 2 power play markers. His chemistry with Pavel Zacha, who leads the club with 5 assists, remains the foundation of Boston's offensive rhythm. Brad Marchand, as ever, provides balance with 6 points and 3 goals, his gritty style complementing Pasternak's precision. Florida's attack has lagged, averaging only 2.14 goals per game and generating under 29 shots a night. With Alexander Barkov sidelined until April and Matthew Tkachuk out until mid-December, the Panthers are leaning heavily on secondary scoring and transition chances. Brad Marchand's 6 points make him their most productive skater, but beyond him, Florida lacks a consistent finisher. Recent form favors Boston. Florida has lost 4 straight after a 6-2 opener, scoring just 4 goals and being outscored 17-7 in 5 games. Boston averages 3 goals per game but has defensive lapses and 75 penalty minutes in 7 games. Their penalty kill is strong at 90%, though the 16% power play must improve against Florida's 83% kill rate. Florida struggles with injuries, missing Barkov, Tkachuk, Nosek, and Kulikov, which weakens leadership, scoring, and defense. Role players and backups are filling key minutes. Boston, fully healthy, benefits from continuity across all 4 lines. X factors will be crucial. Boston relies on Pasternak's 27 shots and Marchand's knack for drawing penalties. Florida depends on Bobrovsky's composure and capitalizing on limited chances, but their nearly 8 penalty minutes per game could hurt against Boston's power play efficiency. Prediction: given Boston's superior health, stronger goaltending form, and offensive depth, the Bruins hold a decisive edge on home ice. Expect Swayman to outduel Bobrovsky in a tight physical contest. Florida's injuries and road woes make them vulnerable, especially if Pasternak and Zacha sustain their chemistry. Analytics point to Boston controlling shot share and special teams play, leading to a projected 3-1 Bruins victory, a statement rebound to halt their losing streak and climb back into Atlantic contention. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Florida Panthers winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Anaheim Ducks versus Nashville Predators. The Anaheim Ducks and Nashville Predators meet at Bridgestone Arena in a pivotal early-season clash between two teams fighting to find rhythm in opposite conferences. Anaheim enters at 2-2-1, fourth in the Pacific Division, while Nashville sits 2-2-2, eighth in the Central. Both clubs have struggled to maintain consistency, each losing their last two contests, and the matchup represents a chance to halt a slide before it deepens. For the Ducks, the story revolves around youth and offensive flashes from rising star Leo Carlsson, while the Predators are leaning on their veteran backbone and steady goaltending to stay afloat in the tough Central. Goaltending is likely to define this game. Anaheim's Lucas Dostal, 1-2-1, 3.02 GAA, .898 S%, has been the steadier of the Ducks tandem, and should get the nod over Petr Mrazek, who's struggled with a 6.02 GAA and .739 save percentage. Nashville counters with workhorse Juuse Saros, 2-1-2, 2.35 goals against average, .919 save percentage, whose composure and shot-stopping ability remain elite despite uneven team play in front of him. Saros gives Nashville a clear edge in net, particularly at home where he has historically excelled. Anaheim will need Dostal's rebound control and defensive help to neutralize Nashville's zone pressure, especially from the blue line. Anaheim's Leo Carlsson leads offensively with 6 points, 2 goals, 4 assists, while Chris Kreider adds 4 goals, including a power play tally. The Ducks average 2.80 goals but allow 3.60, often forcing late-game struggles. Nashville leans on Eric Haula, 4 points, 2 G, and captain Roman Josi, 3 assists, but their offense averages just 2.50 goals per game and converts 8.7% on the power play. Depth scorers like Gustav Nyquist and Luke Evangelista will be crucial if the top line falters. Recent form paints a shaky picture for both teams. Anaheim has dropped 3 of its last 5, including consecutive defeats to Carolina, 4-1, and Chicago, 2-1 overtime, though they did manage a thrilling 7-6 win at San Jose and a 4-3 triumph over Pittsburgh. Defensive lapses, however, continue to plague them. Nashville has struggled similarly, losing 3 straight, including a 4-1 setback at Winnipeg and a 7-4 rout in Toronto. Their penalty troubles, 49 PIM in 6 games, have further exposed their defensive vulnerabilities. Anaheim's 25% power play stands out as a potential weapon, especially against Nashville's aggressive but inconsistent penalty kill. Injury concerns further shape the outlook. Anaheim will again be without centers Ryan Strome, IR, expected return October, 31, and Jansen Harkins, IR, out until late November, thinning their middle 6 depth. Nashville has winger Jonathan Marchessault listed day-to-day and defenseman Nicholas Hague on IR, both potentially missing this game. The absence of Hague puts extra pressure on Josi and Dante Fabro to anchor the blue line against Anaheim's speed on the rush. The standings amplify the stakes. Anaheim sits in the middle of a competitive Pacific Division behind Vegas, Vancouver, and Seattle, while Nashville is buried near the bottom of the Central with powerhouse Colorado and resurgent Winnipeg already pulling away. A win here won't define the season, but could restore momentum before these early skids become entrenched trends. Key X factors include Leo Carlsson's ability to generate offense against Josi's pairing the Ducks' special teams execution, and Saros's ability to withstand Anaheim's quick-strike chances. Nashville's home ice and superior goaltending give them an edge, but Anaheim's faster transition play could exploit any loose defensive coverage. Expect a tight physical game with both clubs desperate for traction. Prediction: Nashville Predators 3, Anaheim Ducks 2, OT. Saros steadies the Predators with 30-plus saves, while Roman Josi and Eric Haula contribute key points to end Nashville's losing streak in dramatic fashion. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Nashville Predators winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Colorado Avalanche versus Utah Mammoth, two Central Division contenders collide in Salt Lake City as the Colorado Avalanche visit the Utah Mammoth in a high-stakes early-season matchup between two teams off to strong starts. Colorado enters at 5-0-1, 11 points, sitting atop the division, while Utah stands close behind at 4-2-0, 8 points. The Avalanche have been the NHL's most complete team so far, blending elite scoring with airtight defense, while Utah, in its inaugural season after relocation, is proving to be no expansion pushover with a dynamic offense and strong goaltending. This meeting, the second of 4 between the clubs, carries early implications in the divisional race as Colorado looks to extend its lead and Utah seeks to even the season series after falling 2-1 in their first encounter. In net, Colorado's Scott Wedgwood, 5-01, 1.48 GAA, 938 SV%, has been nearly flawless, providing stability behind the Avalanche's high-tempo system. His calm positioning and rebound control have been pivotal to the team's league-best 1.50 goals against average. For Utah, Karel Vejmelka, 3-1, 2.00 GAA, 912 SV%, is expected to get the nod after splitting duties with Vitek Vanacek. Vejmelka's athleticism and puck-tracking ability have stood out, but he'll face his toughest test yet against a Colorado squad, averaging 3.50 goals per game. The goaltending battle may decide this game. If Wedgwood continues his form, Utah's margin for error narrows considerably. Offensively, Colorado's captain Nathan MacKinnon continues to operate at an MVP level, leading the team with 10 points, 6 goals, 4 assists through 6 games. His blend of power, acceleration, and vision drives the Avalanche attack, supported by Martin Necas, 6 assists, who has seamlessly fit as a secondary playmaker. Utah counters with Nick Schmaltz, 9 points, 3 goals, 6 assists, whose creativity and puck control have anchored the Mammoth's top line. Schmaltz's chemistry with line mates has fueled Utah's 2.83 goals per game pace, but they'll need more depth scoring to match Colorado's balanced offense that generates 33.3 shots per night. Both teams enter Tuesday's contest riding momentum. Colorado has won 4 straight, outscoring opponents 16-7 during that span, highlighted by a convincing 4-1 win over Boston. Utah, too, has found rhythm after a slow start, earning back-to-back wins over the Bruins and Sharks while scoring 9 goals combined. Still, defensive discipline remains an issue for the Mammoth. They lead the division in penalty minutes, 78, and have allowed 6 power play goals. Colorado's power play has been clinical at 12%, and with Utah's penalty kill struggling at 73.9%, special teams could tilt the balance. Injury-wise, the Avalanche remain without goaltender Mackenzie Blackwood and defensemen Samuel Girard and Ronnie Attard, though all are nearing returns. Depth has been their safety net, with young blue liners stepping up. Utah faces its own challenges, missing key defenders Sean Dursey and Juuso Valimaki, along with forward Alexander Kerfoot. Their blue line depth will be tested against Colorado's forecheck. The X factors lie in discipline and star execution. If Utah can stay out of the box and get sustained pressure from Schmaltz and the second line, they could expose fatigue in Colorado's defensive core. But if the Avalanche's top 6 establishes puck control early, Their transition speed could overwhelm the Mammoth's patchwork defense. Expect Wedgwood's consistency and McKinnon's dominance to shine again on the road. Prediction: Colorado Avalanche 4, Utah Mammoth 2. Colorado's defensive precision and goaltending edge give them a 65% win probability, while Utah's home ice energy may keep it close into the third. In the end, the Avalanche's star power and structure should prevail, reinforcing their hold atop the Central Division. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Colorado Avalanche winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.